Okay, and we are now live, darlings. Hello there, hello. I'm your host, Madam Tilly in slug form, and we're with my co-host, Jace, our Tidonus.
Hello, I am the here.
Yee. And welcome to what? Warhammer
What?
Universe Theater. Yeah.
Sorry, Dalton was calling me right when we did this. I had to send him a text saying, "Hey, I'm recording with Tilly tonight, bro. You know this."
Yeah. If he knows Warhammer, come on in.
He knows some, and he has decided on a favorite chapter:
Oh,
the Black Templars.
nice, nice. Let's see. But yeah, if anyone who has like a Warhammer interest is free to join, and hang out. But like, as far as I'm concerned, mhm.
Yeah, he's doing a streaming Total War 3 with our buddy Taz, and he's like, "Hey, we're doing Warhammer." I was like, "Bro, I told you I can't stream tonight. I'm doing a recording."
This is
I
uh
told him it's like if we get done in a reasonable time, I'll probably join up. But I told
nice.
him don't get your hopes up.
Oh, I was asking like, hey, what are you doing after the podcast? Because after this stream, I'm gonna be playing some Diablo. Yeah.
Which one?
I could do 2 or 4.
I don't have any of them installed, but I can be in the chat and support you.
Okay,
Or if you want to stream it on Discord, so there's no lag, I can.
I'd say you could probably install one while we're chatting, but yeah, if there's lag, I guess. Uh,
Uh,
that's just don't worry about it. Um, But so yeah, folks. Yeah. And also, by the way, with the podcast going, like, probably go back and forth for doing like podcasting and reacting. Got a nice little pattern going. But when it comes to the Warhammer stuff, it'd be at the frequency of when I get 2 books read.
yep.
Okay, so yeah, the next few episodes are already, I guess, preordained. So I read up to at least the first 5 in the Horus Heresy series. And after that, then there might be a slight pause. Could be a week, could be a month between episodes, folks. Which the first episode did get some pretty decent numbers, especially the Angron half. Um, let's see here. And but also I'm trying to do like a deep dive on Diablo lore, so um
And that's where she needs me as well because I grew up playing Diablo.
yee.
So
So
I'm going to be lending my expertise with her, or to her rather.
so what's the deal with the cow level?
That's a whole kettle of fish. Do you really want to get into that?
There's fish in the cows. Okay, is it in 3, 4? Is it in all the games? Yeah.
There are references in the games, but
Okay.
the only cow levels are in 2 and 3.
Oh, let's see. I imagine there's probably like a paid one in Immortal. Oh boy. And so, but yeah, so that's gonna be a fun little journey. Glad I'm healing up. Okay, I get to see the doctor tomorrow, so I can find out what I'm dying from now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I think I got a glimpse of my blood test results, and like one thing is high among all the other things. So hopefully it's nothing too bad.
Speaking of blood testing, they they put me on blood pressure pills last year. I believe you know this. But they also, or the other day, I was a little nervous because they hadn't updated my current medication because my insurance, they have to give me, or they make it where I have a 90-day supply at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
And they kept me on the main one, and they lowered it down from 4 pills down to 2 because they said my potassium was low, so I had to take potassium supplements. And I realized one of the blood pressure meds was leaching my potassium, so they put me on this other one, and they almost didn't get me my new shipment of my new pills. So now I'm down to 2 pills, and I'm glad I got my new shipment because I'm leaving tomorrow for a convention down by Austin, Texas.
Are you working a die or something? Like,
No, it's just I'd be going
yeah,
without half my
yeah.
blood pressure meds.
Gotta rash these out, man. I gotta cut my pill to freeze. Oh man, it's also it's weird for me being on medication. I just always been weary about taking too much or like aspirin throughout my life, let alone being on meds.
Yeah, now that you're on medication, it's just like, is this what pain feels like? This is weird.
That's just, I don't know what being pain free feels like, sort of. But I just never really liked, because I grew up around so many pill poppers.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like
No,
that
I
scared.
I understand the
Yeah,
leery,
yeah.
how being leery is about it.
Yeah. I am. I get. I loved him. I'm definitely not in for his children material.
I
Uh, and speak of
mean,
blood,
you're all for sex and rock and roll, but not drugs.
right? It's
Drugs
just
are bad, okay?
yeah. I'll just double down the sex and the rock and roll. Okay, or especially this rat sex part. It's just oh man. And but yeah, speaking of blood, we talk about the blood angels tonight.
Yeah.
Yep. Today's episode, I call it "False Gods of Devastation," where we'd be talking about the Devastation of All, the second book of the Warhammer Conquest of Space Marines series, which is one of the more popular books out there. And but first, we'll be covering the second Horus Heresy book, "False Gods."
Well, let's talk about false gods.
hmm Those gods to be falsy and sussy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Especially Slanesh.
oh yeah, let's see. That's right. Is she around at this time, at point Horus Heresy?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Slanesh
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
brought about
She kind of kicked off
before
the Emperor's journey. Yeah.
yeah, she was around before humanity took the stars.
I was thinking like, okay, so Horus Heresy, uh, there's like no Tyranids by this point, no Tau. Let's see here. No Sisters of Battle. I'm not sure if Necrons were even around at this point.
I don't think the Necrons were awakened yet. If they were, they would have been, right at the get-go.
And so like, how did we drag this out 70 books? Like, we're gonna get sick of chaos and orcs or something.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Oh, speaking of orcs, I've been like hearing the summaries on the Beast series, Beast that
Oh
Rises.
yeah.
It is some of the worst shit I ever heard. Like I'm gonna actively avoid that series now.
I mean, oh balls, what was the book I listened when I was driving to go see my family? Give me a second.
Oh, okay.
Because I was listening to it a little bit. Brutal Cunning.
Oh, I hear that's a good one.
And it says I have 7.5 hours left on it, but I also have The Biggest DACA, which is a sequel to that book.
Not
I'm
now,
still,
spam.
I like the first one because it. Just a brief tangent on Brutal Cunning. I liked it. It was interesting to see a position of a knob
Yeah.
who's who's wanting to become a war boss, but his big boss is a mech, which is weird. But they are trying to take over a Mechanicus planet. And what he does is he finds a shock jump dragsta, rips the gun off of it, and keeps it for himself as his pistol. He has a hammer called the Snaz Hammer, and he finds a squig that he really likes, and he names it Princess because he misread precepts of a on the title or on the label of a Imperial Titan that he brought down.
Yep, I'm familiar
So he
with
has
this
a
tale.
pet squig.
This is
Huh?
I'm familiar with this tale.
And so he brought down this Titan, kept the squig, named it Princess. He has a grot that follows him around, and he has basically another boy that is his go-to yes man. That basically he's really the only one he trusts, even though he's kind of he acts like he's missing half his brain, basically.
Uh-huh. This definitely sounds
And
like some kind of like Disney adventure movie, sort of thing.
It really does. It is fucking wacky, dude. It's a wild ride, but it's a fun one. That, and it has one of my favorite characters for the orcs. It has fucking Captain Bloodflag in it.
Nice.
Or not Bloodflag, Captain Badrock.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you could review the trilogy or something when because I haven't started. Cause I with Brutal Cunning, I'm like, okay, the book's kind of like you know what I mean? On those things, it's like, if it's overrated, then I won't get around to it. But if
Yeah.
like everyone tells me I'm supposed to hate this thing, then I'm gonna get into it. I'm very opposite without even and I'm not even doing it on purpose. No, I guess I'm very anti-mainstream.
I mean, nothing
So,
wrong with that.
yeah,
There's times when I go against the mainstream as well.
yeah, kind of like the Infinite and Divine. Like I'm kind of just like I can easily just put that one to the side because apparently it is a good book. So I
It's
just
a very good book.
yeah, so I don't need to know or dive into it right now. Um,
I would and you know me, I wouldn't recommend something that I don't think you would enjoy.
oh,
I think you'd enjoy it just
oh,
for Trazen.
I know I would love it too, but it's like,
Like Trazen is the sassiest bitch in in that book.
yeah. No, but it's also it's like widely requested, definitely. But for now, I guess I'm trying to just like go through in pseudo alphabetical order. And so unfortunately, the Infinite Divine is in the letter T, so that's gonna be a little bit.
Yeah,
Um,
it's gonna be a minute
yeah,
before you get down to the T's.
but it's always good. Like at least we know there's gonna be something good when we get later on.
Oh, there's a lot of books that are good recommendations.
Yeah. 'Cause that's another thing too. Is like we could always just blow our load on all the most popular books, and then like by
Oh, of
episode
course.
15, we're like, okay, now it's on to the mediocre stuff, and followed by another mediocre book, followed by another mediocre book. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I get where you're coming from.
yeah,
Just kind of save some of the hidden gems for a little bit later.
yeah. But yeah, the Beast Arises. Oh dear. I mean, there's this part like this isn't like an Elder, but it's like the most stupidest like a writing decision. Um, but it's funny. Like I think the most intelligent character is the orc diplomat. Um, who basically when the giant what do you call it, the space moons, but death moons or something. But
Oh, yeah, they're basically for lack of a better term, they're basically a Death Star,
yeah.
but of Orky tech.
Like, the moon base is literally like the biggest one ever because they're celebrating it just destroyed the big space moon, and then suddenly one that dwarfs that one appears right above Terra, and so
Yeah,
everyone's shitting their pants. Um,
I
and
think I know which one you're. I think I know which one you're about to talk about.
yeah, but yeah, one orc just like the orc diplomats walk in and they try to like, hey, you gotta surrender, and the 12 lords of Terra just argue with each other, and orc's like, fuck this, fine, you die, and just walks out, like a G. And
Yeah.
and it's so there's like an explosion underneath the chamber in Terra. It's like oh that was like a distraction to sneak a bomb in, right? No, suddenly Eldar did it. Like one, why are they suddenly here? And two, how did they get here underneath the palace? What is our
Hold on.
security?
Isn't the Emperor's Webway like it's somewhat connected to the Eldar Webway?
I guess so. But
Because I know the Emperor was trying to work his way into the Webway, so that way they would have to, they could forego warp travel.
yeah. Uh, but should have left those notes for Horus. As we talked about in our
Fuck.
last episode. But yeah, I did this Eldar, which I think they might have been a Harlequins. Uh,
Oh,
but yeah, they start and they kill basically everyone in their path on their way to like the High Lords or whatever, including several custodies. So
yeah.
yeah, people's
I
gonna be arguing power levels now. Um,
well, I mean, if they're if they're normal Eldar or Dark Eldar, I don't think they'd be able to kill custodians. But I've heard Harlequins are another breed apart.
yeah,
Like I heard, like they're the most dangerous of the
yeah,
of the Eldar on both
especially
of the
Solaris.
Eldari and Drukari.
Yeah, it's a Harlequin Solar. It's basically like if you gave Sonic the Hedgehog a sword. But they're that damn fast. Um,
Yeah,
and so they basically slaughter way up into the leader, and then like, please heed our warning. Like doom is coming. Blah blah. You'd be fool not to accept our friendly advice. And then it's like
friendly advice. You killed how many custodians to get here?
like Jace, what would be your reaction if like say you open the door for the UPS man and he punches you in the face and then shoots your dad and then hands you a package that says, "Hey, be careful. Here's a crazy guy in the neighborhood."
I'd kill him.
Yeah, it's like, you know what, I get, even the regular craft Eldar can be a little trickstery and ass backwards, but this isn't even like a bad Eldar writing or Warhammer writing. This is the bad writing in general. Like,
Oh God! So
yeah.
this is canon too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck!
Because I think at the end this is Vulcan's last ride.
Oh
Oh,
God damn it! That's right.
yeah.
This is the Beast book. Yeah,
Which, as far as the recap goes,
yeah.
I'm only on book 7 and Vulcan's not even showed up yet. Yeah.
Hold on. How many books are there for the War of the Beast?
12. Also,
Fuck.
bear in mind, this is like the Horus Heresy that's stretched out, for our whole childhood. They 12 books in a 2-year span. So yeah,
Fucking how?
yeah, it's like the Cyberpunk 2077 of books. It's
Did
under
they just give
development.
him a? Did they just say make this or drag this out as long as possible?
Not to mention they use Sith's offers. So,
Oh God, the continuity is gonna be fucked.
hey kids, the word of the day is clusterfuck.
How bad is the continuity from one book to the next?
Uh, oh man, it's
Is it bad?
I would say so. Yeah. It's like like I said, I'm just listening to like the Cliff Notes summarizations. I haven't even like dove into them like the full books. Yeah, the whole.
Okay, because the way you were talking, you read. I thought you said you read 7 out of 12.
This is the summarizations. It's that bad.
Oh
Yeah,
fuck! So they
this is the notable moments. It's
okay. So this is Cliff Notes. Oh fuck me!
yeah,
And
these
it's
are
basically
yeah
like
these
reading,
yeah these
like reading individual stories in and of themselves, aren't they?
yeah this is the abridged version of 6 hour books.
Oh fuck me!
Yeah,
We're in for. Oh
yeah.
God! Thank the gods I have mead. I cannot handle this shit sober.
Yeah, so maybe next year for October we'll cover you see why I'm waiting for I waste valuable Audible credits on them.
Oh,
So
I am
yeah.
so sorry.
Yeah. Uh but anyways, on to some good books. Okay. We tend to do a good 15 minutes of beating around the bush. Hello, I'm Tilly. This is Jason. Have you met us? Oh,
This is what happens when you give people with ADHD a fucking podcast. I've said this numerous
yes.
times with the morons. It's like anytime we start going off the rails and I look at the other morons, like this is what happens when you give 5 morons a fucking podcast. Fucking the tism goes wild.
Yeah. Like when I was saying, I split the episode into 2 parts last time for each one for each book to make it a little more digestible.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, happy. I think the views did well for my videos. And the reactions are doing fairly well too, especially the death battles. But like
Hell yeah.
the regular podcast, nobody seems to care about, but I still love it. So yeah,
Well, I mean, it is a it is a craft of love
yeah.
or labor of love. That's the terminology I'm
Yeah.
thinking of.
Grandpa's still playing his Brazilian console that runs on cell phone technology.
I love Grandpa Slug.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of cell phone technology, False Gods, the second novel in the Warhammer 40k Horus Heresy series by Graham McNeil.
Let's go.
Detailing the pivotal events of War Master Horus's fall to chaos and subsequent betrayal of the Emperor. Dun dun dun. Oh man, so yeah, this novel picks up shortly after the events of Horus Rising, where like the last words where he was in the last one he's like, not like this, where negotiations really broke down the Interrex.
Yeah.
And we didn't get no drawn out war. No, the Interrex are basically wiped out in between books. So this is kind of like after that. Yeah, so Horus is kind of like, I guess, a little depresso espresso. Cause
Hold on, they fast forward that?
yeah.
Oh
So,
fuck, I hate that shit.
right? Yeah.
It's like this is prime lore, prime time for great lore to be built up, and nope, fast forward.
Yeah, that could have been a full book. It'd fall the Interrex or
Yeah,
something. Uh,
and it could have been a great book too. I
yeah.
imagine.
Um, so yeah, between the Emperor just leaving, him getting questioned about chaos, and the mistake with the murder planet with the bugs. That it was just supposed. This was the quarantine zone. You should have just left it alone. Instead, you got killed for no reason. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of like when someone says, "You know what? I'm going to choose the hard difficulty." You know, uh,
I've
but
never played this game before. Let's go on a brutal difficulty.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes that can ruin a playthrough for some people. You know, just saying, like
I mean, some people could do it.
yeah.
I'm not one of them people.
Yeah, it's like I knew a guy who's like, okay, I'm just gonna do like a plastic cutter only run on Dead Space, and then you end up getting bored. Like, well, you should have eliminated your fucking inventory on your first playthrough. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's for second and on. Anyways, it's between that and then also just he's just basically not have a squeaky clean record with diplomacy. So yeah, Boris is just kind of like just kind of feeling it right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
get this man a Pepsi. As and doing a Great Crusade, and anyways, and he saw talking back and forth with like other chapters and stuff because him being the War Master, everyone has to report to him. He's management,
Yep.
and so he's just talked to this really great guy. Yeah, actually, oh, wait, I'm supposed to put up pictures.
Yeah, I
uh,
was going to say I'm waiting for these pictures of
uh,
or Erebus to fuck off.
yeah,
Especially that last one. God, so I want to punch him in his fucking mug face.
yeah. Okay, okay. So also I
At
gotta get
least I
used.
think that last one's Erebus, or is
Oh,
that?
that is Uber Everest. Yeah. I also gotta get used to the
Yeah.
two monitor setup again because I had a third monitor to my right, but it's just far enough away to where I can't really read anything off of it. So it's like, what's the point? I'm gonna
Uh,
stick there with another computer.
fair
Uh,
enough.
yeah, because I feel I'll try to see if like Call of Duty can run on my other computer. Cause fucking Blizzard with this anti-cheat bullshit. Like you need to go fuck with your BIOS so you get this game to run. I'm like, no. It's just yeah. Okay. But
I mean, at
first,
least it's not as bad as Battlefield, where the anti-cheat was literally telling people to uninstall Valorant.
uh,
Yeah, that
we
was a
reported.
thing.
Yeah, we reported on that. But yeah, there's the cover of it. There's all the Luna Wolves kicking some
Yeah, I was about to say
ass.
these are Luna Wolves.
Yep. This is the cover of the book, by the way, folks.
Which
Uh,
is this? Mark IV armor?
yeah, it's like I haven't really learned how to identify the armors.
I'm not exactly sure which marks are which,
Yeah.
personally.
But I know like the Horus Heresy one's kind of got like a grill, shoulder bubbles, and kind of like a kind of like very like Centurion type of like vibe to them.
Yeah, the molecular bonding studs and whatnot.
Yeah. I kind of do prefer the 40K models because it does feel more Gundam-ish. You know.
Yeah.
Um. But So yeah, and so yeah, he basically gets he starts getting advice from his one of his new head counselors, him going by the name Hermes. Yeah, and basically, yeah, I think he was at a banquet too, so he's kind of like like the cozy, like he takes the chair next to him, like hey, as he go at the banquet, those scenes, um,
Yeah.
and he starts reporting about about a campaign on the move. I think it was called Davin. Uh, yeah, on the let's see here. He starts talking to Horus about this rebellion going on a previously compliant planet called Davin. And the planet governor Eugen Timber, which sounds like a fucking lumberjack name. Eugen
It kind of does a little bit.
Timber. uh, and like those Head and Shoulders commercials.
Oh fucking hell.
Yeah, and so like he's like, oh well, there was rebellion, and he basically starts manipulating Horus, like, you're the War Master. That can't be. That slight cannot be. Like just waved off. People are gonna like start questioning your freaking leadership abilities and stuff like that. And he just start really pushing Horus's buttons. You
Oh,
know.
playing off his insecurities.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah. And Zora's like, yeah, you're right. I cannot stand for this and stuff like that. So you're going to lead a campaign to Davin and drag Yukin Timber out and ask what the fuck's going on, you know. So So yeah, the Luna Wolves are now the sons of Horus. Um, and arrive on Davin, and the populace seem a little different to what they're used to. Yes.
Oh,
Yep. So they arrive in a swamp, ogreless swamp, by the way, and and
eh,
basically they get swarmed by the forces of Nurgle, aka a whole shit ton of poxwalkers. They're pretty damn
yep,
strong, and they're even like like dragging space marines underneath the water and stuff like that. So that's a nightmare situation itself. Just in a swamp with poxwalkers, and they used to start running out of ammo and just like down to their freaking melee weapons. Um,
oh shit,
yeah. And Horus eventually arrives at the headquarters of Yukon Timber, and essentially he seems a little corrupted and not really talking making much sense, not agreeing, not very agreeable,
yeah.
um, and also, yeah, like I said, this is the very first appearance, very first counter of like Nurgle ever. So they're like, "What the fuck? Is going on?"
So
Yeah,
they have no idea what's going on,
yeah, they have no context. So I always find it fascinating too when you need to get like no context for the of chaos. Yeah. So
and it's amazing that it spread so. I mean, it was probably Nurgle's rot. So, and that's a very virulent and highly infectious disease.
yeah,
But still, the fact that it basically took over an entire planet and how and but they also say they don't really know how long it took as well. So this could have been months or weeks or even months long of infection.
yeah, because remember, like this Erebus is a whole master scheme, so he could have cooked
Yeah,
this up for a little bit, for all we know.
yeah.
Hey, Nurgle, he's all about stagnation and stuff. It's like, let the swamp boil over for a while. Someone take a dump in it. But yeah, so Nurgle,
Quick, someone piss in that corner.
yeah, yeah. For those who don't know, Nurgle is the god of rot. Decay, death, mutation, stagnation.
And remember, Papa Nurgle loves you.
Yeah. So yeah, he's the plague and disease forces. So if it's a
And his
zombie,
boys,
yeah,
his forces are dead hard.
yeah,
Like they
literally.
feel no pain. They are just more than happy to gift you with Papa Nurgle's blessings, which are actually just very violent and very infectious diseases, plagues, and everything.
Yeah. Like
But he looks at everybody who's infected. He looks at them all like they're his children, and even the demons of Nurgle look at the infected with love and joy. So, like I've seen, and Tilly knows I've been doing a lot of Warhammer, Total War Warhammer 3,
oh yeah.
and I've played a couple times as Kugoth and everything, and just hearing Kugoth talk, you could hear the love in his voice. But there are times when, Papa Nurgle will, a great unclean one will take off the gloves and throw down.
Yeah. And but it's great because like Nurgle literally is like two sides of a coin. He can be fucking hilarious or scary. As, yeah,
I say he's probably one of the most dangerous chaos gods out of the four.
yeah. Cause you got essentially like he opens up to so much silly shit. Cause like when a Grand Q one showed up on let's see, Vrax, and he just
Yep.
basically just picked a random pothole that from an explosion and just barfed into it, and all the Nurglings were like, "Yay, hot tub!" and they all jumped in. Um, and
Was
but
that was that wasn't Scabathrax that threw
it,
up in that puddle, was it?
it could have been. I don't
I mean, because
remember the
Scabathrax is the
names.
big great unclean one that almost
Yeah,
took Vrax.
yeah, because I talked about this in our pilot, one of our pilot episodes, and one problem with the pilot really didn't work out. So I didn't really write two good notes, so I didn't write down anyone's names. So
Yeah,
yeah, but we'll get back around to Brax at some points. I do have a few
we're
books.
still hammering out details on the
Yeah,
for the show, folks. So
yeah,
this is not a final product.
yeah. Oh yeah, because we went from random shit to just like opinions on shit to now we're just we're doing the midst of the shit.
Yeah,
Just like Nurgle.
I, I'm I'm very opinionated until he knows this.
Yes, and oh, I often find Nurgle just fucking scary. But also I had zombie phobia for many years as well.
This
Uh,
is true.
like one of the scarier stories was like guy was when he was like when that one guard was on trial because they called it for a quote abandoning his guard troop. He's like, look, when all the people when you suddenly like you wake up one morning, open look at the window and see everyone from the last battle standing there with creepy fucking Joker smiles, just staring at the base. I'd run. You should run too. Yeah, just saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That is the sign of chaos.
yeah. But So yeah, this our Emperor's Space Marines have no idea what the fuck's going on, and they're down to just fucking they're fighting Murky Swamp over melee, and but yeah, and so then Horus has a 1v1 with you can Timber, which it's like barely any pictures of him. But yeah, tell the
I'm
guy
gonna say, is this him?
yeah, looks like he's had better
That's him.
days. Yeah, after being corrupted.
Oh fuck.
Um, and that there, I believe he's holding is the Amophane blade, which is the sword that Erebus stole from the Interrex, which is a Chaos cursed blade. And
I'm about to say that's not Epidemius' sword. I know that much.
and so, and honestly, Horus, he gets wounded in this battle. Because I honestly think it's Horus. He could have just fucking mulched this guy if he wanted to, but this guy was a friend, and also he's never had context for what chaos corruption is. So Horus is
Yeah.
clearly holding back, and yeah, he gets end up getting stabbed by this very corrupted, very poisoned blade. And so after he slays Timber, and they our main characters Garfield Loken and his friends Torgadon, and the other rest of Mournival. You got Abaddon, friendly guy, and Axeman, which is also known as Little Horse.
Yeah.
They all scoop him up and they start bringing him to the back to his base. What was the Vigil Spirit?
Yep.
And then the Thunderhawk, they're like, yeah, we're like they're trying to heal Horus, but his wounds are just not fucking healing. Like they're throwing every med pack in the system, like get the Robitussin, you name it. Nothing's working. So
Not even hydrogen peroxide.
yeah. I think they ran out of the fucking like Spider-Man band-aids, and couldn't find the Hello Kitty band-aids.
Oh god, they ran out of Hello Kitty band-aids. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they're fucked.
Yeah, essentially, yeah, because this wound is just like this is not healing whatsoever, and so but Horus being a Primarch, he's got some constitution. He's hanging in there. It's not great.
He's tough. He's
Yeah.
tough. I'll give him that.
And so there's a scene where like as soon as they arrive onto the Vigil Spirit, like in because those ships in Warhammer, they're basically like countries. Unless like some of these videos are like really exaggerated.
I mean, some of the videos don't play off how big some of these ships can actually be.
Yeah, because like,
even in some of the video games, they don't really give you a grand scale, like a scale of how big some of these ships could be.
Oh, okay, I lost this picture, but yeah, here's a picture of the Sons of Horus and the fighting the Poxwalkers. In proper colors. Now they're in the dark green. Let's see, but
yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah. So basically, outside the docking ramp of the ship, the hallways are crowded. Whether it be Imperial folks, remembered servants, you name it, they're crowded, and the horse, the Mournival, especially Abaddon, is like does not giving a fuck about patience right now.
Abaddon not being patient, say it ain't so.
Yeah, so they're like, fuck it, we're gonna move through you, and they literally start bulldozing through the crowd, just stepping and stomping people to death, like this reckless abandon. Like, look, the War Master's dying. Move the fuck out of the way.
It's like playing Space Marine 2 and running through the cultists.
Yeah, basically, yeah, move, bitch, get out of the way. Please get out of the fucking way.
If you want to keep all your limbs and stay alive, get the fuck out of my way.
Yeah, so, cause cause they're trying to get to the apothecaries, and so they can try to look at uh, uh funny enough, today's G Fuel flavor is called Stab Stimulant, uh, like, which is
I swear,
what's that?
you do this shit unintentionally, but it works out fucking miraculously
Right?
in your case.
Stab Stimulant based off Ghostface from the Scream franchise, which I have not seen any of those movies.
Uh, Scream is kind of a parody of the 80s and 90s slashers,
Mm.
but it does such a well a job that it's actually kind of scary.
But Sally is one of my least favorite flavors. It's a cherry green apple, which I love both those things, but they don't go well together apparently.
I imagine not, but I'm not the biggest fan of cherry.
I love cherry. I'm actually one of the rare people that like green cherries.
I've never even heard of green cherries.
Maybe it's Florida thing, but I like to run Final Fantasy. But I guess it's a Sonic version of cherry.
Okay.
Okay, that's why I got my white cherry water here. So anyway, so they're trying their best, and the apothecaries they just can't seem to cure it. Like they're slowing like this infection down, but he's just not fucking like getting better, you know.
Yeah.
And Loki and Abaddon are they keep coming back and pestering the apothecaries like what the fuck? What can we do? You know, it's like why ain't you fixing them? You know,
Yeah.
because this is unheard of. You know, no, we're like
I mean, to be fair, for their case, understandable.
yeah. Yeah, because these boys are they're rage and prideful, and this this is their dad, and it's also the leader of the dads,
Yeah.
they expect the Horus to done sit up like the Undertaker by now,
Oh
uh,
God, yeah.
but okay, but luckily there's some guy that comes up with a plan. His name's Erebus, by the way. Um,
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, there's this on. I'm not sure if it was Davin, but like, but there's a temple, a temple that can heal him, and it's like the only idea I can think of right now, you know, and I should have actually brought this up the last time, but there, along with the Mortal there was also the Warrior Lodges. So basically like kind of like a like Marines would sneak off to basically have their own little clubs and stuff, and
Yeah.
and at there they do be buddy guy talk, locker room talk. Rank would be supposedly dismissed, so you could talk shit to your crew captain if you wanted to, you know, like a kind of basically kind of like a fraternity.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's like a fraternity.
Yeah.
The
Uh,
rules of command are kind of waived a little bit.
Yeah, and I guess it's somewhat looked like frowned upon by like the rest of the Imperium, which um it's kind of weird. Like, why don't just hang out with the troops? I guess it's everyone's watching or something, because they do these in kind of
Yeah.
like hidden dock bays or something, you know. So
They have to keep up. They have to keep up appearances.
yeah. So yeah, it's basically it's kind of like the cool kids club, or it's essentially this kind of still is a sense of tribalism amongst the
Yeah.
Space Marines and the Luna Wolves.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's just so deeply ingrained in human physiology and genealogy
yeah.
that it's never gonna get patched out.
Oh yeah. It's like 'cause, we bring up politics and infighting amongst the internet and VTuber community and whatnot, and it's like left wing, right wing, journalism or to real world news and stuff. It's like, and we think about it's never going to get resolved. And it's a
No.
sad thing, Oh man, it's like, it's like we finally get changes in representation, and then people bitch about that. And it's like, but then they won't listen to reason or the freaking the math. And basically, it basically kind of so the logic kind of boiled out to like are you with us or against us? And so Erebus he's kind of and I can't remember if like Horus found out in the beginning of this book or near the end of the last book. But he kind of like shows up to one of the meetings, you know, and he's like, "Hey, you're not busted. It's cool, you know." But so,
Yeah, this was
anyways,
still when Horus was still a cool dude.
yeah, and so what should we call it? Get my notes here. So Erebus is like, okay, we gotta go. Take him to this place called the Serpent's Lodge, which has some healing magic. Back on Davin, yeah, which turns out it's a place of occult magic, and it's technically a
Yep.
warp tainted temple. And they're like, so it's a kind of like, that sounds a little heretical, but the other ones are like, their panic overrides their sensibilities. So it's like, Dad's dying. This seems like the apothecaries aren't helping. So let's just do this. Let's try to go there. And
Yep.
Torgadon, basically, he's kind of like kind of like that the sidekick to Loken. And he's like a very he's the jokester type character, the charismatic friend.
Yeah.
And Yeah, here's a picture of him now in the Sons of Horus armor, which much glow up because he was the one with that Tom Selleck fucking mustache when he's in the white armor.
Oh, that's him.
That was him. Yeah.
Oh
Um,
fuck.
um, but yeah, and he even looks like a shitter in that picture too.
He that is a shit-eating grin.
Yeah. He's like, I farted your Cheerios. Oh man, and
I'm the one who put the melted bomb in the Primark cereal.
um, so and he's like the only one who's like. So I think I guess Garvin Loken's like elsewhere at this point, or he's displaced because I think Loken's kind of just got his little side plot where he's just trying to find answers. He talks to is it Carol Sindeman? I think which who is a researcher of like past lore stuff, and
Okay.
so they're like digging into the old tomes, like what the fuck's going on? Because remember once he saw that freaking that for on Space Marine get possessed in the last book, he's kind of been shook about what's
Yeah.
real and what's the truth. So he's doing his own thing. So Torgadon, he's like, guys, this is a bullshit plan, and Abaddon and Atsaman and Erebus are like, hey, are you with us? Are you against us?
Oh,
This
that
will end
whole
up to you.
ultimatum.
Yeah. And Torgadon, he basically stands up in front of the whole group and just throws down the lodge badge. He's like, I ain't for this bullshit. And so I was like, good for him stand up because this is basically that last book was the Loken book. This is the Torgadon book. You know.
Yeah.
But I was like, after this point, like, I feel like Torgadon's days are numbered. I got a bad feeling for him. But yeah, so he kind of storms off. He didn't want any part of this weird serpent temple shit. Which I can see that because when you see what an average Serpent Lodge priest looks like, um,
Oh. Oh no. Yeah.
yeah, it's like kind of,
Yeah.
yeah. So might be a bit of a chaos cultist vibe, if you ask me. That's it. And so but yeah, to get there and start doing the voodoo, they lock Horus up in the chamber, and everybody's like, okay, we just gotta wait, just wait this out. Uh, and uh, there's one part that throws you off because they one of the priests is literally like sneak comes up behind Erebus and slices his throat. And yeah, you'd think a choice, but there is a motive to this. At this point, Horus is tripping balls. Oh, that's right too, because I remember he's like when he's approaching Horus about the idea, because at this point like Horus is very audible or like coherent at this point. He's like, yeah, I got this idea, I could heal you. It's a little out there though. And at the point Horus is like, my insides, yeah, whatever, let's just do it. Yeah. But now he's in the temple tripping balls. And he's basically having powerful visions. And so at first, Horus is kind of walking in the meadow like your typical vision quest, and he sees a random space marine like struggling, kind of drowning in like in a river, and he of course quickly fishes him out, and it's his old supposedly deceased friend Sir Janus. And Horus also noticed like there was like some like random wolf that's been kind of like following him in these visions, like this big ass
Really?
wolf, but it's keeping his distance. And he starts talking with Sir Janus, and Horus is like, "Okay, I'm not stupid. I know you're dead. What's the fuck's going on here?" And so Sir Janus then turns into Erebus. So I guess he had to get his throat slit in order to join Horus in the vision. Because eventually Erebus literally just pops back up when all this is done and just kills all the priestesses. To for I guess a spite or something. Or he's an asshole, or maybe just doesn't want the information to get out because he's a schemer.
Yeah.
But so Erebus basically starts supplying the lie about the Emperor, and he kind of just he just shows he kind of like just shows Horus. They just appear in a one of those warship planets, and what are they called, temple planets or something, not craft world, shrine worlds. um
Yeah.
So yeah, and like tons of people make a pilgrimage. Basically, kind of teleports them to 40K. And like this, everybody like gathered this town square of like these 9 giant statues. He's like, okay, there's Rabute, there's like Manus, and let's see, there's Lehman Ross. Okay, Vulcan. He's like, wait a second, where's Perturabo? Where's me? Where's Lorgar? Yeah. Like, how come some certain what do you mean? There's 9 Primarchs. Like, where's my brothers? Like, why are we not being mentioned? You know, like so he's like soon the Emperor basically arises to godhood. That's his big plan. That's why he left. He's now pursuing godhood, and he's cast you out, and you and 8 of your other brothers. And so he's just basically spin his web of lies to Horus about the heresy and the traitor Primarchs, and so yeah, and so that's when Horus kind of just breakdown, as he just falls for this orchestrated lie. Um, and yeah, like this book does get pretty criticized because it feels like Horus's fall to it is rushed, and the fact that like Horus is supposed to be just like this really big smart person, and just this tactical genius and diplomat, yet he gets just outsmarted and falls for this lie so easily, falls to chaos so easily.
Yeah.
Let's see, yeah, because he basically gets turned by book 2 of 70. Like people were kind of expecting like more like drama and like a descent and just infighting, a more gradual, like reasonable shift, But no, he literally gets turned by book 2.
Huh.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, so it's completely rushed. So shame we can't go back to retcon next. That's way too many books. Um.
Yeah.
Uh, um.
I mean, I feel maybe a little bit of condensing might be in order, but at the same time, I know that all of these books exist for a reason. Like even some of the ones that don't seem like they fit, I know it establishes, some lore, probably for some particular faction or chapter, or I guess legion at this point.
Oh yeah, and so
But
I forgot to get a picture of our good old red friend. Well,
Red Friend.
yep. Let's see. Like that's one of the first things that pops up in the Google search. Well, 1 second.
I can only imagine what fresh hell awaits me.
It's just. Oh no, you're fine. So trying to find a 720p image on the fly kind of fucking blows, but I knew I should get something. But okay, this one I have to do. God.
I mean, it doesn't have to be 720p, but for
Eh,
the viewers, I imagine.
yeah. But so it turns out who that wolf happens to be.
Oh,
Yeah.
that fuck.
Yeah. Magnus the Red, that turns out has been the wolf. Cause essentially, like Erebus is he seems to be at his most powerful when he's inside the temple, I guess channeling the chaotic powers. And
Yep.
he's just like he's detecting like some kind of interloping force, and he's doing his best to try to keep it out. But Magnus, he's a powerful and persistent son bitch.
No,
Uh,
I will give credit where credit's due. He's a very powerful psyker, and
yeah,
if he's determined enough to get his hands on something, not much is going to be able to stand in his way.
yeah, I know. He doesn't. He for another one being a very intelligent, that's a very low wisdom stat. So he appears, and now he's just like, bro, you can't listen to this fucker, pointing at Erebus. He's feeding you lies and stuff, and so at this point, like Horus is like, like what the fuck's going? He's just trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. What are you doing here, Magnus? And then, meanwhile, so Erebus, the button pusher, he's just he's talking he's right shit to just manipulate Magnus and basically set him off. And so Magnus is kind of like doing like Hadouken and just kind of energy blasts Erebus. But he's like, I'm just a fucking image. We're all a fucking vision, idiots. And just him, Hort, because I guess it's post Council in Ikea. So Horus
Yeah.
seeing Magnus just fling magic, like this all willy nilly, he's like, what the fuck, dude? I thought we told you no more spells, and so now he's totally like, now Erebus has got Horus wrapped around his finger, and now they're just double teaming on Magnus, like, because he's like, I'm not listening to your whatever you got to say, your warnings, let's get the fuck out of here, little bro, you know. So they shut Magnus out because he literally just appeared like, hey, don't trust that guy. Boom. What do you mean you don't trust me? So just I just had
I'm
no
just
tact or
reminded of
patience. Yeah.
I'm just reminded the way you described that. I'm just reminded of the TTS series when Ahriman gets teleported or taken out of the Black Library,
Yeah.
and someone shows up, tell him that Abaddon wants to have a meeting with him, and he goes, "Doomboat to the face."
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, uh, and I imagine too, like I think Horus really kind of died or something, when he got stabbed, because I don't know, I guess, or at least like just like some those kind of experiences really just like change your psyche, because like when you have those near death situations, because way he just kind of fell for this guy's lies so much.
Yeah.
Because it's not like Erebus really did him a lot of favors either, like he didn't really build a good rapport. Um,
Hold on. What was Erebus doing with the sons of Horus? He's a word bearer.
it's kind of weird. I don't know why, but yeah, because he was at the banquet.
Would he be with his own legion?
Yeah, I say because there was that banquet on yeah, after the Interrex War, so there probably been some intermingling. But let's see, and
But Erebus isn't even a Primarch. Lorgar's is Primarch.
and
I'm confused.
no, because I think sometimes Erebus literally poses as like his Lorgar's representative. Like Lorgar can't be bothered to show up to these Primarch meetings. So and because in often later books, like Erebus would just like try to like, hey, here's my idea, and they do just get shut down. Like, you're not a Primarch. Just sit there and shut up. Especially Angron, he just chews Erebus out.
I mean,
Yeah.
Angron's just going to yell at anybody.
Yeah, but they did shut him down. It's like your opinion is not equal to ours. Lord Guard should have showed up himself instead of sending a rep. Uh, um, yeah, that'd be like me just sitting and slugging my place for this podcast.
Oh, dear God, no. I don't have the crayons or the Reese's to keep her attention.
Oh man.
I feel like I'd have to have. It's like, me and Slug would be talking, and all of a sudden she starts looking away. It's like, keys, keys.
Yeah. Man. But yeah, it's like, and it's funny too, because like I get because like I guess Erebus is good at playing insecure because you think you'd be able to easily manipulate fucking Angron of all people. Like, hey, that guy over there called you a pussy. Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't take much to set off Angron.
yeah. But I guess Angron is not a dum dum. But yeah, because like I say, he gets shut down by Angron, but he's able to manipulate Magnus and fucking Horus, two of the more Sparta bros, easily. What's the hell?
Yeah.
Um, but you know, for a second, I would love to see an interaction between Erebus and Sanguinius. Yeah, but
Oh no.
yeah. Um, but and okay, this is kind of jumping ahead too, but because like Sanguinius is technically the first one to find out what the forces of Khorne are. You know, that was an interesting out of context experience.
Yeah, because I know that Sanguinius is the one that the Chaos Gods wanted first.
Interesting. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I wonder if Horus will learn this information. Um,
my ex told me that Sanguinius was the one that the Chaos Gods really wanted, but they couldn't corrupt him, so they settled with Horus.
ah, oh boy.
But my ex was a big Blood Angels fan, so I'm not sure how much of that was biased. You know?
Right. We'll see. But like, so anyways, things break down, between, and, he gets shut down, and so Horus is like, he's fully on board with Erza's plan. He's like, you're right, the Emperor is up to no good, trying to become a god, and, he's just trying to, like, get me and my other 8 brothers out, because it's all a big part of conspiracy. I gotta rally my brothers, and we gotta take out Vader, and shit like that, and, so while Torgan's out here arguing with Abaddon outside the temple, suddenly the doors open and Horus is back. He's all healed, baby, and he's ready for war. See, and let's see here. Okay, so yeah, then Horus starts cleaning house, so to speak. Because like with the last book, we would have like side plots with the Remembrancers,
Yep.
and so Horus basically, he's trying to arrange a heresy or no, a campaign to pretty much take the Emperor by surprise. And so he starts basically shutting down the journalists. And because there's a couple he gets really close to. Even though a lot of the Space Marines are just not really big on letting people in or being very like frank with civilians and whatnot. Um, and like to just like telling stories and so and but yeah, but now like they're all being picked off. So all these characters we kind of like were spent 2 books with are now just getting like murked. And there's also this like interesting side character. His guy who he wasn't able to speak because I think he had his tongue cut out by his mistress slash wife, because he's the concubine of this one rich noblewoman who
Yeah.
say she was remembered, sir, and a noblewoman, and she had this guy essentially as his concubine, sex slave slash bodyguard, and but then they had crashed down on the Davin plant during the Nurgle fight, and so like the poxwalkers are coming in, and this guy was just like dueling swords, just like took them all out, and that's when Horse shows up, and he's like impressed. You see a civilian like that kind of sword work, and stuff like that, and yeah, it's he kind of like he Horse buddies up with him, and so this guy's got a little bit of hero worship going as well as like finally just a friend, because I had to deal with her all day. So when Horse is like, hey, let's kill your wife. He just can't wait to do it. So he kills that the bitch wife of his. He kills some other guys we know, and including Horse has that moment where like it's like what's gonna happen. Those uncomfortable murder moments, where because actually I got the names written, but like yeah like Petronella Vivivar, I think it was, and she was Horus's kind of like new best friend, like like because he would just he would talk to her and give her the inside scoop and stuff. And when Horus thought he was dying and in the apothecary's lounge, he was just kind of like telling his deepest secrets, last like deathbed confession basically. Um, and he's like, now that I'm back, and now that I don't want shit getting out, time to kill her. And so he kind of approached her in the dark of night. He's like, Abaddon, watch the door, and he just he kind of reads it. He's kind of like he's in this his diplomat gentleman type mode. He's like, this is very good. He just puts the paper down. Shame it's never going to get out. And like what? And then he just he starts approaching her. She tries to get away, but eventually he snaps her neck. Um, and and so the book then just kind of ends on Horus like let's we now approach the Isfan system. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, but yeah, like what'd you think of book 2, False Gods?
There's a lot of chaos.
Yeah. Definitely like there's definitely like the build up book for sure. Because I said we would rather have had Horus, not get so rushed, but is fall into chaos. But the way they do about it in the end fighting and stuff, and yeah, like the doom and gloom feeling. Yeah, that's and also the intro to Nurgle. Because at first it was just random demons, now it's Nurgle. And then everybody's be scheming, and at this point, because I think especially by book 3, like Torgadon and like Loken are basically on the outs. Like they don't even show up to like the fucking lodge meetings anymore. And now that Horus has gone evil, he's just like yeah, yes, so much spoiled for book 3, but yeah, he's just kind of like he doesn't even invite Loki into the fucking meetings anymore. He's just like talking with Abaddon and Atsaman.
Yeah.
Yeah, uh, and there was this one part which I can't remember if this was in this book or it happens in the third book, but at Cinnamon, as he's kind of like pulling out these old ancient books that might have some kind of idea what the fuck's going on because the warp shenanigans that Loki would look into, and him and like some of the remembrance are researching in the library, and Cinnamon finds his text and he starts reading, and it's kind of like yeah, have you seen the latest Evil Dead movie or almost any Evil Dead movies where like you read the couple lines, your first lines, but then it starts like reading itself. Like Cinnamon like just can't look away from the page. He's reading, and just staring at this text like and without even knowing, like a fucking portal is opening up above his head inside the library. And that's when like a demon starts coming out. And one of the yeah, I think her name is Euphrates Keela. So which and one of his remembrancers eventually just like somehow it's just like banishes him like one of the emperor's like symbols kind of like brands into her hand. And so like her body gets possessed on its own, just like by instinct she banishes him like a priest. And for falling down. And so it's like technically she's kind of one of the first holy women of the of the Imperium. At the time they're like psyker, like heresy and stuff, so but yeah, so that gets interesting. And yeah, so there's a lot of yeah, a lot of parts be moving now.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we'll be yeah, so shit's gonna go really down. Especially once we get to the Isfon system. And book 3, which is called Galaxy in Flames.
Oh boy.
Okay. And see y'all at part 2 as I take a quick break.
E.